As a manager of St Albans City Football Club, I think the lateral flow tests have been an excellent position for us to be in, to take these forward. I'm very confident now that when we send the players out and the staff out onto the football pitch, we're in a position that we can go and play a game of football, knowing that all our players and staff are safe. The company provided us with an NHS nurse, and they showed us how to do the testing, and we do everything in-house now. It's a very simple solution. It works extremely well and very effective. Just prior to the Christmas period, when we asked players to come in at a time, they were given a set time. So the test was done. You have to wait 15 minutes for the results, then the next 4 come in, and so on and so on and so on. And we did that for 2 weeks leading up to the Christmas period. We do 2 tests a week now. As I say, they do one on a training night and one before a game, just to make sure that everybody's is okay. With a game this evening, all the players have to have a test result to us by 1 o'clock today. That allows us to process each one that comes in. On the day we could actually do a test, or we could actually ask the player to stay away, which gives us enough time to make sure that they're not positive, and even ask them to go for a PCR test and find out whether that comes back as positive or negative. Probably 8 people that have had the test done, which we've after going off to PCR. And they've all come back as positive tests. I had a test, the lateral flow test at 4 o'clock one afternoon, and 10 o'clock in the morning I was positive. So that just shows you how quickly your body changes and how quickly the virus can enter your system. And as I say, a negative at 4 o'clock and 10 a.m. next day was a positive. I think the players enjoy actually doing the testing, because we've certainly seen 3 or 4 players at this football club that have tested positive on the lateral flow test, have no symptoms whatsoever. We've asked them to leave the training facility or the game facility and have a PCR test. And as I've said earlier, each one of those players that have tested on the lateral flow have come back as a positive on the PCR. So it allows people to know that when they're in each other's company, though we are very strict in keeping the 2 metres, we're very strict in a lot of the stuff that we do in and around the changing rooms. Some of these players have had no symptoms whatsoever, and we would never have known unless we've done these lateral flow tests. In my opinion, the lateral flow tests have been a really good experience where we've been concerned. It's been a really good system to give us an early warning to where some of the players are and where some of the staff are, because they've all been tested, and it's been an experience that I would say that if you've got the opportunity to use the lateral flow test, that everybody should be using it. I mean, I think the whole country could be given one of these very quickly, and everyone could do a test. Everyone that we've done has been accurate, and as I said earlier, we've had 3 players that have had no symptoms whatsoever, and been positive, and everybody else that showed up as having symptoms and having a few coughs and colds have gone off and had the PCR test, and they've all come back as positive. So it's been a great system. It's worked for us. Can't speak on behalf of some of the other clubs whether they've actually got the lateral flow test. If they haven't, they should do. Because it is an early warning system, as we've said before, but it will obviously make you realise that you're keeping everybody safe, and from all I can say from experience is that everybody who's tested negative has remained negative, and that's the most important thing, that when the players and staff go into a changing room, as I've said earlier, we do respect the 2 metres, we try and respect everything that goes on, but it is nice to know that everybody that's going in there has had a negative response. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 24, 48 hours after they've been in the change rooms and come out, but these lateral flow tests will let you know very, very early that if somebody has a problem. Going back to the start is that I was a bit apprehensive, because was it going to open up a can of worms in terms of the testing we was doing. We was probably testing before, I'd imagine, before any other team in our league. We're in a position that we can go and play a game of football, knowing that all our players and staff are safe. And I think, and I thank the owners and I thank the football club for being in a situation where we can use these lateral flow tests and be very, very confident they're actually working, and that all the players and staff are in a safe environment.